Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Kampfpanzer 50 ton, or 50 ton, I think it is. It's located on the south border of Ruinberg, and it's under the command of Mr. Lan, and not to be put out by the feats of Filipperino and the other players, Petro123. He's decided to send in a replay which is, well, quite good, featuring this premium tank. It's a tier 9 German premium medium, and on Ruinberg map, which is not a great map, but it's okay to show off how this medium works. Well, he's actually taking it into an advanced position where he can get damage on the enemy tanks. He's got a 105mm Rheinmetall gun, which is capable of 320 alpha, and that was a low roll. And it's got a reasonably fast reload as well, 8.05 seconds by the book. And you can see Mr. Land's got 6.33 seconds. He's poking out to fire a round in, and yes, he's easily getting pen on those enemy tanks. He just put a round into a T-54E1 for the second time, but both were low rolls. Now you can see the rounds that fire back, one of them actually bounced off the turret. This was supposed to be a project to make a German medium tank. Yep, gets one into the ELC M90. I don't think he'd be too happy about that. And he's out the game. And yep, the T-54E1 takes another hit, but this time around we did take a critical hit because, yeah, we got hit in the observation port. So Mr. Land's pulling back, and he's actually going to go elsewhere. I think he's mainly decided to do this because there are opposition in a position where they might be able to do some damage to him, so he's had to redeploy to take that into account. Mostly that's Samur, and there's an ISU 152K, no, it's just an ordinary ISU. Aims for the weak spot, which is on the right hand side of the gun, and he's gone. And this time around he's going fast. Oh, Object 777 takes a hit, but he fires one back, and yes, he does get some serious damage. And so Mr. Land is having to pull back. You can see where the round went in. It went to the engine bay, and he's pulled into cover quickly. Yeah, he's trying to get shots on the StrivK's front drive so he can get inside the hitbox. But you can see he has lost a few hit points. He's down to just 64% of his health. Okay, was spotted when he went around the corner. So rather than actually just drive up to the bushes and shoot, he's waiting for himself to go unspotted. The Centurion will probably try and give it a shot. But of course he's now using the church to side scrape against. He's going to get closer. Oh, Object 777 again. Hello. And this time round he gets some revenge for 336, which is a high roll. Now this tank does have good pen and accuracy and decent shell velocity as well. It's 1,478 meters per second. Oh yes! He got the kill shot on the StrivK, but he did take another round, and now he's down to just 36% of his health, so he has to be a little more careful now, and he's having a good laid back long look to see where everyone is. And I think he saw one of the enemy tanks trying to cross towards the church, so I think he might redeploy to the corner, not to the corner but to the next street along, so he can get shots on the Object 777. There he is. Yep, that's a nice shot. That's a high roll as well, 354. The 777's pulled back. It has a very strong turret, the Kampfpanzer, and it's actually, funnily enough, got a piked nose, although it's piked on the upper part of the hull. Another round into the Centurion. In fact, that looked like it actually hit the turret and went through, and you know how strong Centurion turrets are. That Samur SM is coming down with abandon. In fact, he's coming down the other street, so obviously he's probably going to go up on that ramp. Mr. Land's turned around to make a quick getaway once he's got his shot in. Hello, Mr. Samur. Oh, there you go. Nice shot right through the turret. and the Centurion's redeployed to that corner. So yeah, he got tracked as well, but he burned his repair kit to get back into cover quickly. I think when you're looking at his vehicle, you can see the point where the shell went in through the observation port device. It's actually that thing, that stalk sticking up on the top of the turret. Now look, can he get through the turret of this Centurion? Very difficult to get through Centurion turrets. Very well angled. Nope, didn't get through, even though he fired a heat round. Now, you know, Mr. Land's not afraid of using heat because he needs to get the damage. He's already up to 4.2k of damage. Here comes the Centurion again. Nope, didn't get it that time either. But he will get it if that guy stays out. Yes, he did this time. And it's a high roll again, 323. Okay, we've got another Centurion, an enemy Centurion, just around the corner. We're way down on the enemy at the moment. Although we just got a kill back. And he pumps around into the Centurion 7-1, the tier 9 British medium. Can he get another shot? I think so. Yes, he does. And in fact, actually bounces around from the Centurion. Yeah, he's doing his best to help his team. The Centurion's pulling back. And he's gone. The Emil 2 got him. Here comes another enemy. It's the Barask. And yes, he won't be able to block the 105mm. Oh, he did! He did! He blocked both shots and he took out the Barask with his return fire. I'm amazed. I thought that he wouldn't be able to block those 105mm shots, but he did. Okay, now there's likely to be more enemy tanks around the corner, because remember, they're now down to just 2 tanks on his team and he's facing 5. This could be a Kolobanov situation if his teammate dies. His teammate's an Object 777 version, or it's not actually, it's an Emil 2. Pumps one into the side of the Object 777 version 2. I think if he dies the next shot, then there's no more Kolobanov. Or if the Object 777 version 2 dies, that is. And I think he is a one-shot. Hello. Let's have a go. Yep. And it's no more Kolobanov. But at least he stands a chance now. It's 2 against 4. Or odds of 1 to 2. There we go. Ow, 1 into the side of Centurion 1. Makes him a one-shot. The Kampfpanzer is coming round. And he takes a round as well. 304. The fire rate of this tank is really very, very good indeed. Yeah, and he's gone. So it's now 2 versus 3 and the enemy's capping, which is, well, that is a bit of a problem because we'll have to go and get a reset, but the Emil is down to a one-shot now, easily. We are kind of abandoning him if we go around the corner, but the Striv, oh, Striv, oh, just missed. We need to get the reset. And I think the enemy knows that if they can separate us, it might be a problem. He's decided to go around this corner to get the reset from a distance. Because he can just poke out, take the shot, get the reset, and then come back in again. Or take out the enemy tank. It's the VK. And he can easily get the reset. He's been spotted. Oh, he didn't get it. And the VK's still capping, but he needs to get this one. He does. So he's reset it. That's possibly a defender. Now he's going to see if he can go through the front plate. Yes, he does. 365, another high roll. Yeah, that VK's in a terrible position now because, yep, you can see Mr. Land can easily pen him with his heat rounds. There's another one. He'll go down the next shot. Here's a one shot now. That's it. And that's a kill. That means now it's 1 versus 2 because unfortunately the Emil did die. But the Striv is just on that corner. Oh! He didn't hit him, but he did track him. Get another shot in there. Yes, and he gets the kill shot on the Striv, which means the last enemy is that Centurion. If you remember, the Centurion is a one-shot, and he's backing up, and he gets the kill shot. So against the odds, they got a win, and it's all down to Mr. Land and that Emil 2. very much a victory against the odds. At one point there was a large amount of enemy tanks against them, and there was only 2 of them left. It just seems, oh my god, what are they going to do now? Because the Emil 2 didn't have much in the way of health, and he did have to abandon the Emil 2 to go back and get the reset, because otherwise they would have lost by default. The Emil 2 couldn't do anything about the VK 7501, so he had to go back and do that. But even so, he still managed to pull it off, and just goes to show how powerful the Kampfpanzer 50-ton is and why it's a reward tank. I think it's a reward tank, or is it the tank that you get for the bonuses? Somebody correct me on that. Anyway, it was an ace tank again for Mr. Lan in the Kampfpanzer 50-ton. I hope that's correct. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 7. A duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. He did get a defender medal because he reset the cap and got at least 70 defense points in the process. In fact, I think he reset it more than once, certainly did. And as well as a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. He ended up on 7, 1 short of getting a Radleys. Couldn't get the Radleys because there wasn't enough enemy tanks left for him to do that. But oh, that was a great game, because really, as he said, it was 1 versus 3 at one point. Him and it was the Striv, the Centurion and the VK, and he still managed to bring them all down. So let's have a look at the team score and see where he stood. 8,414 hit points, more than double the next highest scorer, and that's the Samur SM on the enemy team with 3,595. The next highest scorer after that was the Emil 2 on his team with 2,856. He did very well because he got 3 kills. And the third highest damage in that was the Kampfpanzer, another reward tank, or rather a tank you can get for the coins, I believe. And that's 2,669 hit points. He certainly wasn't up to a Kampfpanzer because they are just so powerful. The 105mm Rheinmetall gun just slices through the enemy tanks. It does have good accuracy and shell velocity, so really it does cut through the enemy tanks very easily. When it came to kills, he had the highest number of those, 7 kills. 3 kills went to the Emil 2 on his team, the Kampfpanzer, the Samur SM. So, yeah, those were the only guys who actually managed to get decent number of kills. When it came to base XP, again, he's got the highest, so top in all 3 columns. Matches what Filipperino just did. 1,736 went to Mr. Lan. 1,047 went to the Emil 2, and those are the only 2 guys who managed to get over 1,000 base. And I think you can see the difference between these 2 was that Mr. Lamb was just streets ahead, better than the Emil 2 driver, but he did do a good job to stay alive as long as he could to help his teammate. But if he actually had died earlier than we expected, then Mr. Lamb probably would have ended up with a collar ban off. But I'm glad that he did stick around as long as he did to try and get as many kills on the enemy. And he did actually help by taking out one of the enemy tanks, the Centurion 7-1. So let's have a look at the detail report. 38 shots fired, 34 direct hits and 31 penetrations. 8,414 hit points of damage, of which 936 were at more than 300 meters. 9 hits received, only 3 of which actually went through, and 6 non-penetrations. The armor's not bad, actually. The turret's not bad. It's 250mm at the front of the Kampfpanzer turret and 120mm at the front of the hull as well. So you've got a reasonable chance of withstanding shells if they're aimed at the turret, but not so much if they're aimed at the hull, which is fairly weak on the sides and the rear. So protect your sides and rear on this tank. But if the enemy fires at the turret, and most of them probably will, then they're going to come a cropper. You have to treat this tank much like you would treat any Swedish tank. Consider it's got heavy armour on the turret, and just aim for the hull and see if you can pen that instead. 6 non-penetrations, yeah, very good. 1,830 hit points of damage blocked by armour. That's a very good score. 12 enemy vehicles damaged, 7 killed, and he got 100 defense points when he reset the cap multiple times. 74,800 credits on a premium count, 28,050 credits from battle payments, a total of 140,250 credits altogether, but he did have to fire a fair old number of heat rounds in that game, as you saw, and well, it was necessary if he was going to get the damage, but he made a loss of 52,990 credits. But I'm sure the team owes him one, simply because he and the Emil 2 managed to pull off a victory against the odds. 1,736 XP, 130 for this being a premium vehicle, 2,734 experience points altogether. As he says here, 8.4k damage, 7 frags, and a 1 against 3 towards the end. It was actually at 1.2 against 5, but he then took down the Object Travel 7-2, and that made it 2 against 4. But yes, as he said, it was 1 against 3 at one point. They were so heavily outnumbered. Their teammates were falling left, right and centre, but the enemy, they were just wasting away their hit points as well, and they just underestimated what Mr. Land can do with this tank, and as a result, he was able to take it to them and puncture them with those heat rounds and make it count. So a great game by Mr. Land to follow a great game by Filipperino. I hope you enjoyed both those replays, this one and the one previously. If you did, please give these videos a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm.
Oh, he wants back up in the movies. Oh, the precious movies.
And do let other people know this channel exists, and we've got some really great replays. I mean, the commentator's a bit crappy. Yeah, I'm no Jingles, I'm no Quickie Baby or anything like that. I'm just a poor, humble Arty player who is down on his luck. Hasn't played the game for quite some time actually, and I'm putting out these videos to try and keep my friends happy and to give them a chance to shine on YouTube. And I hope if you do enjoy them, please do give these videos a like, and do visit our sister channel, The General, where you can watch great replays without any commentary whatsoever. And thank you very much indeed for watching.